What's going on, guys? Johnny here from Chiseled Wolf, and in today's video I'm going to talk about how you can lose fat and build muscle at the same time. Okay, now a lot of people think that this is impossible, and I used to think this too, but it is actually so false. It is so possible to do this, and research is clear, as well as my own practical application, doing a lot of my own research and applying it in the real world. And I've been basically trying to get in shape seriously for the past 4 years, okay? And I've done this successfully. You can check out my results in videos, check out if you guys follow me on Facebook, Instagram. I've really changed my physique, just have a lot more muscle, a lot leaner too. So let's get into it. So number one, how to lose fat and build muscle at the same time. So number one, we have to lose fat, right? So that means we have to get ourselves in a calorie deficit. How do you get yourself in a calorie deficit? Long story short, you have to know how many calories you burn. And once you find out how many calories you burn, then you simply have to eat less than what you burn. Depending on the context, depending on if you have a lot more fat to lose, if you don't have a lot more fat to lose, like if you're pretty lean, it changes the whole situation. So a good question would be like, how fast or what kind of deficit should you get yourself into? Now there's two formulas with this. Number one, most people say lose 0.5 to 1% of your current body weight per week. If you're leaner, go more towards the 0.5%. If you have a lot more fat to lose, go towards the 1%. So example, 200-pound man, if you want to lose 0.5% of your body weight per week, you'd be losing 1 pound per week. If you want to lose 1% of your current body weight per week, you'd be losing 2 pounds per week, okay? Now, if you're leaner, like me, if your abs are already showing, then you definitely want to slow down the fat loss. And the reason why is because when you're leaner, you have a less chance, or it's more likely that you're going to be using your muscle tissue to fuel you. So basically you're going to be losing muscle, and you don't want that to happen. So the leaner you are, the slower of a cut you need to be if you want to maintain as much muscle mass as you can, okay? And you should never sacrifice your muscle. This is what I did this last time, a couple of years ago, and I sacrificed my physique. I looked basically a lot smaller. I was pretty damn shredded, but I just looked so small. I really did not like that look. Whereas now, as I'm pretty lean, honestly pretty shredded, but I have a lot more muscle mass. So the muscle mass is like really coming through. So that's one formula, losing 0.5% to 1% of your current body weight per week. And if you do the math, so let's just take, for example, the 200-pound man, you can either lose 1 or 2 pounds per week. Now, given that we know a pound of fat has around 3,500 calories, you can be losing, so if you're on the low end, losing 1 pound per week, that is a 500 calorie deficit per day. 500 calorie deficit per day. Double that, 1,000 calorie deficit per day if you lose 1% of your current body weight per week. That's a pretty big deficit, to be honest. With my experience, 700 is the max before I start to feel really low energy. I've experienced a lot. I've done over 1,000 calorie deficits. I've done very low, like 200 calorie deficits. And where I feel best is 300 to 500. If you have a lot more fat to lose, your body fat is like around 20%, you can definitely go up to the 700 calorie deficit. Your body is going to be better to handle that. But if you're just, like I said, if you're getting leaner, you're like 15% or below, go more towards 500, 400. The thing is, you don't need to rush up the fat loss process, because like I said, the leaner you are, the more chance that you're going to be losing muscle in the process. So, and you don't want to lose that. So basically, going back to the whole thing and the title of this video on how to lose fat and build muscle at the same time, got to get yourself in a calorie deficit. How big of a deficit? You want to lose around 0.5 to 1% of your current body weight per week. Or if you just want to make or have an arbitrary number, aim for 400 to 500 calorie deficit per day. Okay. Number two, how to build muscle. Now, there's going to be two main components to this. Number one is nutrition. Let's just get into it. So protein. You got to make sure your protein's on point. This has been so important to me. I've noticed when I don't hit my protein markers, I just feel a lot weaker, feel a lot more flat. But when I have my protein intake high, I feel a lot more dense. I feel like my muscles they're really being supported. So how much protein should you eat every single day? The very least 0.8 grams per pound of your body weight. Very least, okay? The heavier you are, so the more body fat you have, obviously the more protein this is gonna be for you. But the lighter you are, the leaner you are, and this is why it's important to know kind of what your body fat percentage is. Because if you know what your body fat percentage is and you're leaner, basically for me, you want to aim up to 1 gram per pound of body weight. So basically you want to aim for 0.8 to 1 gram of your current body weight in protein per day. So for me, 165, the very least, this is for optimizing muscle growth. I would need to eat at least 165 grams of protein, okay? Now, in real life, I actually eat 200 grams more. I actually eat like 250 grams. More so because of the satisfying reasons of eating higher protein, which I can talk about in a different video. But nonetheless, 0.8 to 1 gram protein per pound of body weight. That is key component number one to building muscle while losing fat at the same time. So quick recap, lose fat, be at a 500 calorie deficit per day. That will have you losing about a pound per week, okay? Number two, protein, 0.8 grams to 1 gram of protein per pound of your current body weight. Number three, this is the last component when it comes to building muscle. You want to hit your muscle, work out your muscles twice per week, okay? No bro splits, you could do full body twice a week, but I find that when you do full body workouts, it's hard to get in the proper intensity for the muscles you want to work. So here is my favorite split that I love, absolutely freaking love. I've been doing this for the past 4 years. That's what I teach my clients for the most part. Push-pull legs, okay? The reason why I love push-pull legs is because if you can work out 6 days per week, then you're hitting literally every muscle in your body twice per week. Push-pull legs, rest. Push-pull legs, rest, push-pull legs, rest. As long as you're getting in the gym 6 days per week, you can hit each muscle twice per week, which is freaking optimal for building muscle. I've tried the bro split where you only work out once a week, but then you do a lot of volume, a lot of intensity. It's not optimal for building muscle. Now, one common objection I might get from this is, oh, I don't want to go to the gym 6 days per week. That's totally cool. Some people's time, man, when I get into like, I don't have time, I really get into that mindset where it's like, there's no excuses. But let's just say you would rather prefer not to go to the gym that often. You have to change up your workout split. So you can't do push-pull legs. You would have to do something like upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body. So that's a 4-day split. So train your entire upper body. So you're doing chest, shoulders, basically everything in your upper body, and then lower body. And then you do that twice per week. So you're hitting 4 gym days. Now, if you want us to do 3 gym days, can't really think of a workout split that you would do. If you wanted to go to the gym for only 3 days, I would highly recommend just doing a full body workout. Now, technically, you could do a full body workout twice per week and you would still hit your entire body twice per week. But like I said, you get a diminishing return with full body workouts, especially at the end of the workouts where you don't have as much energy left. Trust me, when you're working out for like over 30 minutes, a lot of your energy is drained. The intensity, the quality of the sets diminishes a lot. So let's say you start off with, if you're doing a full body workout split and you're doing twice per week, let's say you work on your upper body first, and then at the end of the workout, you do your legs. By the time you hit your legs, you're gonna be really tired. It sucks, and you're not gonna get a good stimulus. So that's why I try to avoid full body workouts. If you're really trying to get just basically lean, shredded, aesthetic, had nice muscle mass. So that's it, guys. That's the video. If you guys like the video, subscribe. Gonna be posting more content into this channel. And if you guys want coaching, apply for coaching in the bio. Follow my social medias. And peace. Hope you all have a great day.